What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about what it takes to get back on a bike after a crash. I mean, you guys have all seen the crash videos. You've seen my crash video. But what you don't see is what's behind the scenes. What it takes to get back on the bike. And some of the things you deal with after a crash. I mean, it's some of the things as a viewer you may not see. If you've crashed before, I'd love to hear your input below on what I'm talking about or your thoughts about it. If you haven't crashed, or you may not even understand, you've seen the videos but you don't know the back end and the backstory. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So why don't you guys go ahead and sit back and stick around. The very first thing I wanted to talk about, which is very obvious, might as well get it out of the way, is the pain. I think in the beginning, because of the adrenaline, when you crash at that particular moment, you don't really feel anything. So when I crashed, I was up walking around, I didn't feel any pain. I did sit there for a while to let the adrenaline go, kind of dissipate a little bit, so that I can make sure nothing was broken. If you haven't seen my video, what I'm talking about, you guys can go ahead and click on the screen right now, go check it out, and then come back. But I laid there for a minute just to make sure nothing was broken. And then once I got up, I still, I didn't really feel any pain. I was walking around, that type of thing. I didn't have any issues. But about 30 minutes into it, I definitely felt my knee was killing me. If you look at my Instagram, you can see what my knee looked like before and after pictures right here. So if you're squeamish, look away for a few seconds. So on the right, you can see this is what my knee looked like after the accident. Like, I think it was like that at that moment, or maybe like that day. And then on the left is what my knee looks like now. And that was really, oh, it's gone. You guys can look back again if you're squeamish. If you're not squeamish, whatever, it's gone. But anyways, so I mean, that was the extent of my injury. However, my knee did swell up like a cantaloupe, man. It was crazy. So for a week, I really couldn't walk. It was a little bit shitty not being able to walk or do anything. So, and mind you, my accident was super minor. Like, in terms of what it did to me, it was minor. Obviously, my bike was totaled. It was pretty fucked up, but that's neither here nor there. I was okay in the long run. One of the things I noticed right away, some people, man, when they crash, that's it. Like, it could be a minor crash, and you're just like, nope, I'm not riding again. But I think it's funny that when you see someone crash, and one of the first things they say is like, fuck, my bike's messed up, or man, I hope my bike makes it. You can kind of tell right off the bat, those are the people that afterwards, they're going to be riding again. They're not done riding. So, yeah, there's always that. One of the things that I think that some people don't see is a little bit of the depression you kind of get in. And I don't want to say like depression, but you get a little fucked up, when you can't ride, your bike's wrecked, you can't walk, or you're injured. It really does suck, and you do kind of get into this funk, that you kind of got to keep yourself out of. For me, I just played video games, and it helped kind of remove me from the situation a little bit. It allowed me to like not fall into that, which was awesome. Plus, I have an amazing family who, I mean, they're absolutely amazing. So they I don't know, there's not enough love that I can give to them. That's for damn sure. That goes into the next thing, is how it affects your family. When I crashed, one of the things that I dreaded the most was calling my wife and telling my kids and my daughter, because they worry, they're scared. These things affect them, and we may not. This guy, man, there's a green light and he's fucking riding across. What a dumbass. Anyways, these things affect your family, man. They don't just affect you. So, fortunately, my wife, she really enjoys motorcycles. She doesn't ride yet, but she enjoys them. So, I didn't really get any, you're not going to ride again, or this and that. And, yeah, we're all men, and you can be like, well, I'm the man, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes down to it, if your wife, is worried about you riding, you may not ride because she says so. You may do it. It may be because you don't want to put her through it. You know what I mean? But fortunately, my wife was like, she was just really pissed that I crashed, and she was very happy that I was okay. But there was never a moment where she was like, no, you're not riding again, you're done. You know, there was never that moment. So that was awesome. My daughter, Glitter Ninja, as you guys know, that was a little interesting. I really didn't want to tell her either, because I knew, you know, she was going to get kind of upset by it, and of course she did. She, you know, a little teary-eyed, that kind of thing. Just because it is a scary situation, you know. It is definitely a very scary situation, you know, with that phone call like, hey, yeah, I crashed, you know. But you know, that's a whole topic and a whole video on itself. How to tell someone you crashed, you know. All right. So you've gone through like the family, you've gone through the physical pain, you've gone through the emotional stress, and the emotional stress is probably by far one of the biggest thing. Getting back on the bike is not as easy as it sounds. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna jump on this bike and I'm gonna fucking go hit some twisties. You have a lot of confidence issues, man, and that's one thing that you just cannot ride without is confidence. You have to have the confidence to understand that you can control your vehicle. You know what I mean? So, and even now, it's been 2 months now on the street like this. I'm 100% okay. Like, I'm not worried. I'm fine. But when I go out there and hit those twisties, those mountains, I ride much slower. My confidence isn't 100% in the bike or my abilities now. So it's something I got to work on and really get back on it, because it, you know, at the time of the crash, I was like, I wasn't worried. I wasn't, you know, I'd go out there and you never, in the back of your mind, I never thought, you know, I may crash, you know. It just wasn't there. But now that I've done it out there, and in a fairly fucked up fashion where I had to total my bike, my confidence when I go riding out there is not what it was, you know. It's something I need to work on. And anyone who crashes and says, oh, I fucking jump right on, blah, 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 you know, bullshit, I'm sorry to say. Unless you are some, like, Moto GP fucking racer who, you know, crashing is like a part of your game, and you do it all the fucking time, because they do, then I'd understand. But a normal rider, like, no, fuck you. You're gonna feel some sort of lasting emotional effect on your on the way you ride, man. That's just the way it is. But it's a matter of getting past it and working with it and working past it. So, and I'm still in that phase. Like, I know I have the issue, I know I have my confidence issue, and now it's a matter of working on it to build my confidence back up in my riding. So I think that's one of the long-lasting effects is your confidence, you know. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk about. Give a little bit of an insight about what it is. I know I thought about making another video from my wife's perspective and maybe from my kids' perspective, and do a video from their end of what it looks like, and that may still come. But this is just something I really wanted to talk about and kind of give an insider view into what actually happens behind the camera when you crash. And a lot of you guys that have crashed, I'd love to hear your opinions on it. I'd love to hear what the hardest part for you was getting back on the bike. And if you're a viewer or a watcher and you've crashed and you didn't get on the bike and you stopped riding, I'd love to hear why you stopped riding. Those are also great comments. No judgment. There's definitely no judgment on that. So if someone says their piece, make sure you guys don't go and fucking rip them a new one. Be cool with these guys, you know. Let people be open and be able to talk about whatever. So if you're a new subscriber and you like this video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button over there. I've got a lot of interesting videos out, a lot of fun videos out. Go check out my crash video so you guys can see what I'm talking about and understand where I'm coming from. You know, it looked, I have to say this, it looks a lot worse than it really was. I walked away from it. Literally, I got up and walked away from it with some, you know, just a week or two of really, you know, not being in pain, you know. That was it. Squid with Gear, you know, go check out his channel, man. He crashed and he's already looking at getting back up and running and getting his bike ready and all this other shit. So I got to give him major props, man. That is what I'm talking about. And, you know, I have a feeling, you know, it's all good. He's going to end up having the same, I think, confidence issues, you know. It's just part of the game, and that's going to happen. So, but yeah, go make sure you check out his channel. And like I said, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Check out the other videos down below, down here. I got a lot of cool videos out there. And make sure you guys leave a comment. I think that's the best part about it. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day.